two, the effect Imam Hussain had on Gandhi. Gandhi affected Martin Luther King. Gandhi affected Nelson Mandela. Gandhi affected Barack Obama. Gandhi affected John Lennon in his music. Gandhi affects the United Nations General Assembly that on October the 2nd, they have an International Non-Violence Day in honor of Gandhi. When you talk of religious and ethnic amity, you talk of Gandhi. When you talk of peaceful resistance, you talk of Gandhi. When you talk of speaking out against foreign invasion, you talk of Gandhi. When all of these were affected by Gandhi, did anyone ever ask who was Gandhi affected by? Because when you read the works of Gandhi, you find Gandhi himself comes forward. What does he say? He comes forward and says, I learned how to achieve victory while being oppressed through the lesson of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. I learned how to achieve victory while being oppressed. Because Gandhi was born in which century? He was born in the 19th century and he died in the 20th century. He saw colonial rule. He saw a country completely have an upper hand on his own country. Yet he learned from one man that even though you may look oppressed, you can still achieve victory that people will remember you forever. He said, I learned how to achieve victory while being oppressed from Imam Hussain. Then he has an absolutely stunning line. He says, in my faith, the progress of Islam does not depend on the sword of the believer, but rather depended on the stance of Imam Hussain at Karbala. Notice his line. The progress of Islam does not depend on the sword of a believer, but on the stance of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. What does he mean? He means that the words of Imam Hussain were sharper than the swords of any believer in the world today. That the words of Imam Hussain ring in the minds and in the hearts of many until today. When Gandhi said this, what was he meaning? He was meaning that the stand of Imam Hussain changed nations and his companions did the same. You know, Gandhi went on a number of salt marches. Until today, the salt marches are studied. When Gandhi went on the salt march, the first one, he took 72 companions with him. Someone said to him, Gandhi, why 72? He said, because Hussein ibn Ali took 72 with him. And those 72, their names are still loud until today. I want my 72's names to be loud until forever. Notice, 72 people have an effect on a non-Muslim in India. That his whole salt march is based on the number 72. In the same way, Hussein's 72 are eternal. I want my 72.
Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain,
Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain.
Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Assalamu alayka ya ibn Rasulullah.
Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain.
He is the son of Ali and Fatima. He is the grandson of Muhammad Rasulullah. He is the carrier of the purest heart. In his blessed house, oh, he's shining like a star. He has the highest status one can gain. Allah, look at the helping the needy. He fed the orphans whilst everyone would sleep. He gave everything generously. He wiped all the tears of anyone who would weep. He is the definition of humane.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
He was so merciful and filled with love. The angels would arrive at his door from above. When anyone faces a test so tough, we ask from our master because in him we trust. All of our wishes from his door we gain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
He promised this to the Holy Prophet. He would save Islam whenever it's faced threat. His grandfather cried when Hussain said, this promise I'll fulfill if all my blood is shed. I am ready to suffer any pain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
He's standing with no one by his side. Before his eyes, his loved ones and family have died. His heart is carrying such grief inside, and yet he stands there with so much courage and pride. He's standing covered from head to toe in blood stains.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
No one can understand the pain of Hussain. No one can understand the pain of Hussain. No one can understand the pain of Hussain. He crawled towards the place where Akbar lay. He watched his brother laying with no arms, his 6 months old Ali Asghar dying in pain. Never through any of this did he complain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
Tijani and Shanavar we salute Hussain, our master, and the cause for which he stood. Because of his stand in Karbala, today we know what is false and what is truth. His name in all of our hearts will remain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain. Allah, Imam Hussain. At the heart of Imam Hussain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain,
Imam Hussain, Hussain, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain.
Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Assalamu alayka ya ibn Rasulullah.
Imam Hussain, 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 Imam Hussain.
He is the son of Ali and Fatima. He is the grandson of Muhammad Rasulullah. He is the carrier of the purest heart. In his blessed house, oh, he's shining like a star. He has the highest status one can gain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
He spent his life helping the needy. He fed the orphans whilst everyone would sleep. He gave everything generously. He wiped all the tears of anyone who would weep. He is the definition of humane.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
He was so merciful and filled with love. The angels would arrive at his door from above. When anyone faces a test so tough, we ask from our master because in him we trust. All of our wishes from his door we gain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
He promised this to the Holy Prophet. He would save Islam whenever it's faced threat. His grandfather cried when Hussain said, "This promise I'll fulfill if all my blood is shed. I am ready to suffer any pain."
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
He's standing with no one by his side. Before his eyes, his loved ones and family have died. His heart is carrying such grief inside, and yet he stands up with so much courage and pride. He's standing covered from head to toe in blood stains.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
No one can understand the pain of Hussain. No one can understand the pain of Hussain. No one can understand the pain of Hussain. He crawled towards the place where Akbar lay. He watched his brother laying with no arms. His 6 months old Ali Asghar dying in pain. Never through any of this did he complain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.
The journey in Shanavar we salute Hussain, our master, and the cause for which he stood. Because of his stand in Karbala, today we know what is false and what is truth. His name in all of our hearts hearts will remain.
Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain. Allah, Imam Hussain. At the heart of Imam Hussain.
Allah, Allah, look at the heart of Imam Hussain.